Good afternoon. This is Richard Charpentier, and today we have Bill Haynes from Lesaffre, and we're going to be asking questions about what's going on in the yeast world and in terms of trends and where we can all learn together. So let me introduce you to Bill Haynes. So, Bill, can you please tell us a little more about yourself?
Thank you, Richard. Yeah, I am VP of Marketing and Strategic Planning for Lesaffre. I'm responsible for the marketing on our B2B side and our B2C side. We have a range of products under the brand Red Star that we sell on B2C. But on the B2B side, I pretty much manage research, consumer research, any advertising promotion, working with bakers to help them understand the trends that are occurring today in the market.
Oh, thank you. And can you explain a little for the people listening what Lesaffre does and sort of the history behind who they are?
Sure. Lesaffre is a company that's over 170 years old, privately owned, still family owned. We started out making yeast for baking bread, making alcohol, and we've widened our product range now into many different baking products, for everything from dough conditioners to malts to enzymes, sourdoughs. We do a lot of different items. It's a global company, the largest yeast producer in the world. One in three loaves of bread in the world are made with a Lesaffre product.
Well, that's quite impressive. So, and from what I heard, is they're based in France, correct?
Correct. The global headquarters is in Lille, France. Our North American headquarters are here where I'm at today in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
And I'm from Lille, so from the region, so that's why I mentioned. So, and within the Lesaffre slogan, it's the world's finest yeast and ingredients. How does the company standard for quality guide its day-to-day operations? Can you explain?
Sure. Well, we actually live by the words Lesaffre. We live by the words working together to better nourish and protect the planet. That's our mantra. That's our motto. That's in our core. And that kind of, to me, that says it all. We have the highest standards in everything we do, for everything from product quality to taking care of our people to taking care of the environment. Anything we do first class. And, we really believe in that.
Oh, thank you. And within, there's a lot of current trends, a lot of changes in today's industry. What current trends do you see happening within the segment for Lesaffre?
Well, I think the biggest one, and I brought some sheets to show here, some data, but the biggest one we see is clean label. And I think that in talking to the bakers, they're asking us what we know about clean label, what we see about clean label, how we can help them achieve clean label. So we undertook a survey a couple of years ago. We asked a bunch of bread shoppers what they view as clean and what they view as not clean, how they perceive, how they make purchases. And we found out that, more and more consumers prefer clean label. Nearly 90% of consumers spend time reading labels. From somebody my age, that really shocked me because, we found out the older you get, the baby boomers, they buy the same thing every time and they really don't read the labels. But the younger generations, the Gen Z, the Gen Y, the millennials, they're all reading the labels. They're making their decisions on what's in the bread and what they want to put in their bodies. And this builds trust for them. They really believe in the brands they buy and the products they buy. So, and just to kind of go a little bit deeper on that, clean label basically is you're generally free from preservatives and additives. It's ingredients that when a consumer reads a bread label, they can recognize, they understand what the ingredients are, they think they're healthy, they think nutrition. There is no standard definition for clean label, but when consumers buy bread, they understand what a clean label is. No chemical sounding ingredients, none of that stuff. And then 56% we found of consumers really carefully read label. When they're looking at that nutrition label, they're going through it. It's over half of bakers. And just a little bit more about clean label. We found that 73% of consumers are willing to pay more for clean label products,
Wow.
which really helps the bakers. All bakers are looking to improve their margins. It's a tough business, lower margins. So they're really looking to improve, the money they make. So by going clean label, not only can you make consumers happier, but you can charge more for your products. And then, just perceptions of clean ingredients that are within a bread. They're fiber, calcium, and yeast are the ingredients consumers find most clean. Hard to pronounce chemical names. They don't like those at all. So it was an interesting study. If somebody wants to contact me after this, we can go deeper. We have a big deck on this clean label study on what perceptions. We did ride-alongs with consumers. We did a big survey, and we can really help bakers understand clean label and get to clean label.
And would you be able to give one or two examples of current product that Lesaffre does to help promote clean label?
Sure. So I brought one last slide here. We have a portfolio of enzymes, and enzymes are considered to be clean label. And enzymes can really help you replace emulsifiers like monodiglycerides, SSL, CSL, datum. We can help you replace. We have products that help you replace all of that stuff. Also on shelf life extension, all bakers are trying to achieve the holy grail of shelf life extension to keep that bread as fresh as possible because of the long supply chain. So we have products that will help them replace L-cysteine, Calpro, sodium potassium iodate, calcium peroxide, sodium metabosulfite. I'm not sure I said that right, and ADA. But we can help you swap those out for enzymes that just says enzyme on your label, clean label, and all of a sudden your consumers will be very happy.
Well, it's unbelievable to think that yeast can do all that.
Yeah, it's enzymes, it's other things that are fermented that come off of yeast. We're really experts in fermentation at Lesaffre. So we do a lot of work with bacteria. We do a lot of work with yeast, enzymes, all kinds of different microorganisms.
Oh, fantastic. And could you tell me then, let's say if you have bakers and bakeries interested in the clean label, how can Lesaffre support that? What do they do to help bakers achieve that?
So we have a very good tech team. We're known for our tech team. We're master bakers. The guys that have been in the business for a long time. We can have these people come into your facilities, help you test, figure out what's in your formula, what products we have. We have a very wide range of products. Which ones would work in your recipes? Test it. Make sure you don't affect any of the flavor, the look, the feel, none of that. And then and just kind of walk you through the process of getting to a clean label. We just did this with a fairly large bakery, and it was a very successful test. And now they're really cleaning up their labels using our products to help them do that.
Oh, well, amazing. And would the clean label concept work for all types of bakery, from the sponging dough to the straight dough to any processing?
Yes, it would work for all kinds. And what's interesting, if I had, not even for center store bread where you have a label, but if I had a corner bakery, this trend is so strong, I think I would maybe advertise that my breads in my bakery are made from all ingredients. I'd list the ingredients and show people what's in there and kind of be very transparent. It's what they're looking for. I think it would really help you increase your sales, even for a corner bakery that doesn't have a label on their product.
Oh, that's good. And because people who use yeast, they often just use it as a way to ferment and rise the bread. But it's interesting to know that yeast goes beyond just leavening actions. So
yeah, we can do many different things.
So let me ask you, what are you thought leadering, and what would you like to be known for?
So the biggest thing I think is just helping bakers understand what's out there, what the trends are, where they need to be taking their products, what they need to, to look out for. We put out a lot of white papers about different products we make, but also different trends we're seeing in the industry, especially around clean labels. Sourdough is starting to really take off in the U.S. and starting to grow. So we're always trying to help bakers because they have limited resources. They don't have a lot of resources for research and understanding. So we try and assist in that area and help them grow their sales.
Okay, and it's interesting you mentioned sourdough, which is quite trendy, and it was trendy before COVID, and COVID just exploded the sourdough craze. And can you just briefly talk about what Lesaffre does in terms of levain sourdough fermentation?
Yeah, so we have a pretty good portfolio, a pretty good range of products now with different flavors, different grains. And what we're finding, we did a research study on sourdough too, and most people have their own sourdough, and then they want to stick to that, and they do a very good job, and it's very good. But what the problem comes is when they try and scale it up. and they try and grow that business and make their, their sourdough mold even bigger in the bowl, and it's just hard to do. So we are really good at helping people scale up their sourdough business and keep the consistency and quality the same, so that they can, because that's hard to manage too. So I would say the biggest help area we can give is as bakers grow in their sourdough business, we can really assist them with that.
No, no, and you said it well. It's creating consistency and quality, which is how everybody becomes successful. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and do you have any additional advice for commercial bakers or for bakers and professionals coming from Lesaffre from your point of view?
The biggest thing I would say is just remember, people have to eat to survive. They have to eat, but when they eat good food, it provides additional joy. If you think about when you've had a great meal, I mean, that was really a great meal and it's very memorable, you remember it. So I would suggest to people to make good food. I mean, make it so that when people buy your product and they eat your product, they get joy. It's an experience, and it adds value to what you do, and they'll become very brand loyal when you do that. So just basically, and I try and do this, just basically bring joy in everything you do.
Well, I appreciate it. So that's basically resumes our conversation. So again, appreciate the time to share with us your views and thoughts on yeast and fermentation. I didn't know it was that big of a world and all the capabilities, beyond just being a leavening system. So
Yeah, Richard, thank you for the time. Yes, we do a lot more, and we can help. We can help people with a lot more than just the yeast fermentation.
well, I appreciate it, and I guess IBIE is coming, and we'll see. Assuming you have a booth there, and we'll see you there.
Yeah, we have a big booth. We'll have guest demonstrators. We do a lot of different products and recipes, and tell you how they do it and the products that are in it. Everything from Spanish bolillos to pizza to baguettes, all kinds of different products. Hope to see you there.
That sounds like fun. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Richard. Bye bye.
Bye.